He's the one and only Dave Lovell. He's kind enough to join us from Las Vegas. There he is, Big Dave. Coach Dave, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Ariel. How are you?
I'm doing well, my friend. How's the technology over there? You don't have your sons by your side to help you out this time?
Yeah, Tim's here. We're actually at the Apex now because Leon's got a lot of media to do. So we're just going to be down here for the next couple of hours. So, I've hooked you up down here. But yeah, Tim's just sorted out the technology for us.
What a legend that Tim is. Appreciate him very much for helping us out. Can you give us insight, Coach, into how Leon is doing? I noted on Monday when we spoke to him, he seems so confident now. There's no pressure. There's no politics. There's no campaigning. There's no give me my shot, give me my time. He feels like a champion when you talk to him. It's oozing off of him. Can you speak to that? And am I correct in my assessment?
Yeah, you are. You are definitely 100%, Ariel. Listen, we are totally aware of the task in hand. This may be in many ways, I wouldn't say bigger than the Kamaru fight because he won the title off him to take it, but it's not far from it because we know, the ballyhoo that goes along with it. Obviously, the hype, what Colby brings. But yeah, Leon is secretly confident, and we're looking to do a job on Colby just to, again, even though if you remember in our last conversation, I says, when Leon beat Usman the third time in London, for me, the greatest thing was he silenced all the haters and the doubters. But obviously, there's still a percentage of doubters out there. And I think Leon beating Colby in a good fashion, I think that would definitely put that all under the carpet,
Is there a difference in this Leon Edwards going into this fight in Las Vegas with a title defense under his belt as opposed to the Leon Edwards going into the third fight with Kamaru Usman at home with the pressure of proving that the knockout wasn't a fluke and all this stuff? Like, do you feel a difference between this guy and the guy who fought back in March?
Well, we don't take nothing for granted, Ariel. He's still being looked at as the underdog, isn't he? We're in home. We're in America, which is Colby's territory. We're aware of it, and obviously the Trump following, etc. So we know what we're up against, and we've left nothing to chance. And Leon, he's got like a secret. I've seen this guy. He's like, how can I put it? He's got that secret assassin head on. He knows what he's got to go out there to do to get this victory. Look good doing it. So. Yeah, Colby may just be in for a hell of a surprise, Ariel. Trust me.
How much do you get involved in the sort of, the route that he takes? In other words, I asked him on Monday if he was annoyed that Colby, who had been sitting out for 2 years, is getting a title shot when he had to scratch and claw to get a title shot. Did you feel the same way? Were you annoyed? Were you trying to convince the powers that be through management, through whatever, to go a different route? Or are you just the type of coach who says, give me the assignment, I don't care about that nonsense, okay, this is the guy, let's go figure out how to beat him?
Well, it's like this, Ariel. We can only deal with what's in our control, yeah? This is out of our hands, and the powers that be, if they want that fight to happen, they're going to make it happen, regardless of what we think. We just know that we've got a job. If they've got him down as Leon's second contender for his title, then so be it. Colby knows how to sell himself. He's a character. To us, he's a meme. But we need these kind of guys in the game. So obviously he puts bums on seats. He's Dana White, one of Dana White's top boys, along with Donald Trump's top boys. So yeah, it is what it is, and we just take it as another day at work, and we're not in any way going to get pulled away from the task in hand with all the ballyhoo that's going on the side. So we just got to do what we got to do. It's just another job for us.
Because, as you say, top boys and all that stuff, do you think the powers that be want Colby to beat Leon?
Yeah, definitely. 100%, mate. 100%, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, he's got the president, well, the ex-president coming to the fight. Colby's really, is he justified to have this position? Well, the connoisseurs of MMA know that he isn't. He sat out for how long? He's fought how many opponents, and look at the quality of the opponents that he's fought. So is he really justified for it? I could name a few that maybe. Can you
Might
hear me
have
there,
lost
Ariel?
Dave there. Oh yeah, we lost you there for a quick second, but now you're back.
Yeah, I was just saying, we know I could name a few contenders that would be justified for it, but Colby isn't one of them. But we just got to deal with what's in front of us, Ariel.
Yeah. Do you try to like feed into that with Leon? Do you try to tell, the world is, this world that Vegas is against you, America is against you, the ex-president is against you. They don't want you to win. Are those things that you use as motivation with Leon?
Well, yeah, he takes that on board anyway, naturally, regardless. Um, excuse me. Uh, yeah, we take that on board, but again, I remind him of it, as part of my job too, to know, listen, son, you've never been given any favors, so never be looking for none. And that's the mindset we've got. We don't look for no favors off nobody, Ariel. You can see through his career, he's not having any favors. So what's going to change now? Now he's the champion. They're still looking to knock him off that pedestal and give it to somebody that they think maybe is more of a marketable kind of guy with Colby, with his razzmatazz, etc., etc. Well, that's the fight game, Ariel, and we just got to do what we've got to do as a team, and Leon as a champion. Yeah.
As Leon's head coach, what concerns you most about the task at hand on Saturday? What concerns you most about Colby?
What concerns me most?
Yeah.
Listen, what concerns me most, if it's a close fight, I don't expect Leon to get any favors. So whether it goes the distance, Leon's got to win this convincingly that the world can see it, like he did with the Kamaru fight in the third fight. If it's a close fight in America, as a white fighter, you're never going to get no favors. So we're aware of that. So should it go the distance, Leon's got to look very good, win convincingly that the world can see that he's won. But preferably, a stoppage would obviously put an end to all that, wouldn't it? So Leon's going out with a demon set mind. He's going out with that assassin mind. We're looking to finish Colby. And this is I always imply to my fighters that we never go out looking for the knockout, but if it happens, it's a bonus. But on this, we've slightly changed the rules, and we're going out to put the hurt on Colby early. And what happens from there, we'll see what happens from there, Ariel.
So Leon is a very measured fighter, striker. He takes his time. He doesn't rush things. Is there any concern that he will rush things in order to put the hurt on him and thus stray away?
Yeah, without revealing too much, you're going to see a different Leon Edwards in this fight. He's not going to be that guy that lying back looking to snipe and pick. He's going to bring it to Colby. He's going to match Colby in every department. Whether it's wrestling, we know Colby's supposed to be this wrestler with this cardio, top cardio machine. But me as head coach, I set plans way ahead of any of Leon's previous fights, and I always knew Colby was going to creep in whether he was maybe the second challenger, maybe the third. So between fights, don't you fool yourself. I've been onto Leon in a way that maybe I've not been onto him so harshly before, about the running issue between camps. Is the running? I needed him. Yeah, he'd be going to the gym, going through his drills and his wrestling jits and the rest of it. But the main theme between his fights now, from the last Kamaru fight in London, he's been putting the miles in on the roads, Ariel, building that engine, building that cardio, keeping the weight in check. So now it's all, this is going to be the payoff for all that. So this cardio thing with Colby, it's what's going to bring his so-called cardio game, his wrestling game. Let me tell you now, Ariel, Colby is going to be in for a massive shock when it comes to him testing Leon on the cardio aspect and the wrestling aspect, because he may himself get out wrestled. And don't take that as with a pinch of salt, Ariel. I'm being deadly serious on this. And as for the cardio, he's going to be in up for a drastic shock. He's going to see a Leon Edwards that maybe 99.9 people have never seen before. And yeah,
Wow.
this is the mindset he's got for this fight.
What is your assessment of Colby's striking?
Average. He's average. If you allow him to come forward and dictate the pace, then yeah. But we've seen when he's on the back foot, he's a totally different fighter. Leon's aware of knowing he's got to hold his ground with Colby. I'm not saying he ain't going to give ground, but he's give ground on his terms. So yeah, we've got every aspect covered on Colby's style of fighting. Leon's got the advantage in the size reach. We know how we're going to make that pay to the full advantage. And yeah, Colby's just in for I'm going to tell you that, Ariel. Colby's going to be in for a damn big shock. Trust me, mate. Trust me.
I look forward to it. I can't wait. I'm just curious. Have you sensed any? Sometimes someone becomes a champion, they get a big head. Leon doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. But we know you as being the motivational speaker, UFC
Yeah.
in August of 2022 in Utah. I mean, I just watched it a couple days ago. It still gives me chills. Have you ever had to kick
Right.
him in the behind and say, don't forget about where you came from and what got you here? Have you ever had to have those talks with him because you felt like he was getting too big of a head?
Not at all, Ariel. Every now and again, the boys, because he's now living in maybe, let's say, one of the better parts of Birmingham, or a nice apartment in a nice apartment, but which he's entitled to do. He's a champion. He's gone to work. He's got paid, and he's put his money to good uses. But as for reminding him, this kid is grounded, Ariel. He's a salt of the earth kind of guy. And I don't really have to remind him. Like I say, me and the team, we give him a bit of ribbing about obviously moving uptown a little bit. But like I say, it's all part of the game. But trust me for 1 minute, Ariel. This kid he hasn't lost any of his what's that fire. He hasn't he's not lost that, that will to win. Not because he's now maybe financially kind of set. He's now laid off anything. This kid's got greatness to prove, and he's got the necessary tools and the mindset to be great and set his name in the Hall of Fame. And that's our goal from that, because he's the world champion. So all we've got to do now is solidify his greatness, and that's the quest we're on, Ariel.
I'd be remiss if I don't ask you about this, Coach, because obviously there's been a lot of drama going up to this fight, and it hasn't necessarily been between Leon and Colby. As you know, this situation with Ian Garry has taken a life of its own, and everyone has weighed in on it from Leon to Ian. I have not heard you weigh in on it, and it feels very much like a matter that would pertain to you. So could I ask your side of the story? What happened with Ian Garry and Renegade?
Let's put it like this, Ariel. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in England stays in England. We are not going to get carried away by anybody's tactics because they're looking to better their career. Ian Garry, he came to our gym, never fit in. He was doing things that me personally, as the head coach, never agreed with. And I politely asked the kid, in no disrespectful way, well, look, son, you don't fit in here. I think it's time for you to move on. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of the story, Ariel. There's been a lot of drama now that's came out about he was chucked out of that gym, this gym. He just came to our gym. I'm not going into too much detail. One or two things, as I say, I seen as head coach, I didn't like. So I just, as I say, wished him all the best with his career and his life, and asked him not to come back to the gym. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of it, Ariel.
Okay, and so could I ask, it was your decision, right? Because people have been trying to figure out whose decision. It ultimately came down to you.
Yeah, it came down to me. It came down to me. I didn't want my fighter to be distracted. My fighter's got a big job in hand, and I didn't want his mind having to switch to unnecessary things that I thought would distract him. Maybe he doesn't need this. He doesn't need Ian Garry. Ian Garry needs him. And if he came in with the right attitude and played the game, who's to say? He may have still been there, but it's just, as I say, without going into too much detail, one or two little things happened that we never me personally never liked, or the coaches never liked, but brought it to my attention. And that's it. I just asked him to leave politely, shook the kid's hands, wished him all the best, and that's the end of the area.
Would you welcome him back in the future?
No,
Okay, that's
no,
it.
that's it. He's got his ties. That's it. That's the way it is with me, Ariel. I take you on board if you're a friend. We take you on board, and if I make you a friend, you've got a friend for life. But if you break my trust, if you break my, I wouldn't even say loyalty because I didn't know him long enough to show loyalty, but just his attitude maybe just didn't fit in the gym. Little things, as I say, without going into detail, what happened in the gym, I never liked, and that's the area. I just asked him politely to leave, and that's it. The end of the story.
One last question. When you told him that, did he receive the news well?
Yes, yeah, he did. He did. There was another coach, the Ash Begg at the time, and when I actually told him and walked away, he then tried to plead his case with Ash Begg, who's the other coach, which then I had to say to Ash, listen, Ash, the decision's been made. I've said what I've had to say. We've got no more conversation with the young man. Please come in and leave it. He and Garry left, shook our hands, and that was it.
Okay. I appreciate you speaking about this because I know it's been a huge story, but a bit of a distraction as well. Have you felt like it's been a distraction for Leon?
Sorry?
Have you felt like it's been an unnecessary distraction for Leon heading into this fight?
Unnecessary distraction. Leon's not really paid it no mind, to be fair.
Okay.
He's not dwelled on it. It's not like, it's an issue. It's not an issue. I mean, more people have made more of an issue of it than we have actually made an issue of it. And it happened in our gym. And then obviously the stories have come out about him leaving other gyms, etc. And what happens in the kid's life between him and his wife, that's not my concern. His personal life's his personal life. He's got a child, he's got a wife, and I would like to know that what's happened would pull that up because I'm a family man also. And, I would like to know that, him and his wife has broken up through this. But at the end of the day, let's put it like this, Ariel. He's made his nest. He's made his nest. He's going to lie in it now. So that's the way it is.
When Leon was trying to get a title shot all those years and he was frustrated and it was Kamaru and Colby and all these guys at the top, I remember speaking to Colby and he would refer to Leon as Leon Scott. He would be very dismissive of him, that he wasn't on his level and whatnot. Yeah. And I'm wondering if there's any symbolism here for you and the team. Leon's at the top of the mountain. Colby's the one that had to chase him now. You could be the one to end his title shots. He doesn't get another title shot after. He doesn't get another chance after this one. All those years when you heard him belittle and refer to Leon as Leon Scott, not even refer to him as his real name, have you guys kept that inside here? And are you hoping that you're able to prove the point once and for all who's the better man on Saturday? Is this something you've tapped into as well?
You know what, Ariel? Like I say, we can only deal with what's within our powers to deal with. What's out of our powers, it's just going to play out that way. He was very dismissive of Leon, but now, obviously, he's somehow got a third title shot, which everybody knows he's not really entitled to. But it's happened, it's here. And we just got to deal with the task in hand. But yeah, I think after this, Colby's attitude towards Leon will be totally different because this is his third bite of the cherry, yeah? Which he never really, and he knows realistically, this is his last chance of being a world champion. We're aware of this. Leon's aware of this. So he's going to bring everything he's got. He's going to throw it. He's going to go hell for leather. He's going to go in there and give it everything he's got. So we're prepared in every aspect for it, mindset-wise, physical-wise. We've got every base covered. And I think Colby will put some respect on Leon's name after Saturday because he'll have no option but to, because either he gets knocked out or he gets unanimous on points, sail off into the wind, or whether he wants to then stay in and fight on to whatever, to justify his career or whatever he thinks he needs to fulfill in the tail end of his career, then, that's his problem, not ours. But after Saturday night, I think Mr. Covington is going to have to put some respect on Mr. Edwards' name.
I love it. Last question for you, Coach. And again, thank you for the time on a busy week for you guys. When you think about the fight, how do you think it goes down? How do you think it plays out?
Personally, I think Leon is going to get him. Is going to stop him maybe round 3, round 4, possibly round 5. Because we've drawn out a plan, a 3-set, maybe a 4-set plan for how the fight may go. But like I say, for me, I would like to see Leon stop him. We've set some plans for that to happen. If it doesn't, then Leon Edwards win unanimously on points.
Can't wait for it, Coach. What a time for Birmingham sports, huh? Aston Villa wins over Arsenal and Man City, and now it's your boys' time. It's a great time to be from Birmingham.
Yeah, Villa's making a lot of noise. Birmingham's making a lot of noise right now. So Leon's just going to play his part Saturday night, and God willing, we come away with the victory and leave them doubters, scratching their head saying, there you go, he's done it again.
I love it. I can't wait for it. Best of luck to you, Coach. Thank you so much for the time. I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Thank you for having me, Ariel.
Pleasure.
Speak to
there
you
he
soon,
is, the great, yes, sir, the great Coach Dave Lovell. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it very much. Hey, if you like this video, give us the old thumbs up. Subscribe as well. You can get many more of these videos on the channel, so please do that. We would love you forever if you did so.